Imagine a silence broken only by the crunch of frost under giant paws, and the panting breath of the pack, North America, tens of thousands of years ago. An ice age ruled by titans, not dinosaurs. Something closer, something hungrier, hunting in the biting wind. They were legends cast in muscle and bone, the apex predators of a lost world. Larger, heavier, built differently than any wolf alive today, with jaws that could shatter the bones of giants. For millennia, they reigned supreme. The dire wolf, Aenocyon. Then, silence. They vanished, swallowed by time, leaving only whispers in tar pits and frozen caves, ghosts of a forgotten Earth.
Unprecedented announcement.
Colossal Biosciences claims.
Extinction reversed.
Until now. The headline screamed the impossible. A powerhouse biotech company, Colossal Biosciences, dropped a scientific bombshell that echoed around the globe. The dire wolf is back. They unveiled living pups, Romulus, Remus, Khaleesi, hailed as the dawn of de-extinction. Living, breathing proof, they declared, snatched from the jaws of oblivion by ancient DNA and revolutionary technology. A miracle of science, a second chance for lost species. Or did we just unleash something we don't understand? Because the story Colossal celebrated has a shocking twist. To grasp the controversy igniting the scientific world, you need to know the real dire wolf wasn't what we thought. Forget the fantasy versions. Aenocyon was its own unique masterpiece of evolution. For decades, we looked at fossils and assumed bigger grey wolf. Simple. But deep within those ancient bones, frozen in time, the DNA held a secret, a truth that would rewrite everything. In 2021, scientists cracked the genetic code. The revelation sent shockwaves. Dire wolves and grey wolves? They're not close cousins. They're practically strangers. Their evolutionary paths diverged nearly 6 million years ago. That's like the ancient split between the ancestors of humans and chimpanzees. Dire wolves were a unique American lineage, Ecological, not Canis. And the kicker, despite sharing the Ice Age for thousands of years, their DNA shows they never interbred. They were biologically incompatible, worlds apart. So how did Colossal conjure their dire wolves? Not by finding pristine ancient cells. Those are gone forever. They mapped the fossil DNA, identified a handful of genes linked to the dire wolf look, size, build, that pale coat, and then used CRISPR gene editing to make just 20 tiny tweaks to the DNA of a modern grey wolf. 20 edits to bridge a 6 million year evolutionary canyon. No actual dire wolf DNA was used. They put this engineered grey wolf nucleus inside a domestic dog's egg cell. The resulting embryos grew inside domestic dog mothers. The result? These striking pups. Colossal declared de-extinction achieved, but much of the scientific community cried foul. Impossible, misleading, a biological fabrication. As one prominent biologist stated flatly, it's not a dire wolf. Consider this, you reading this likely carry more DNA from ancient Neanderthals than these pups have specific dire wolf edits, and nobody's calling you a Neanderthal. These creatures are, in essence, genetically modified grey wolves built on a modern wolf chassis, running on cellular hardware from a dog, incubated in a dog. Engineered proxies designed to resemble a lost icon. Imposters, critics charge, not resurrections. So the burning question remains, if they aren't dire wolves, what are they? In our ambition to reclaim the past, did we inadvertently create something entirely new? A novel organism, born of human code, wearing ancient features like a costume? A creature untethered from the rules of natural evolution? The implications explode outwards. Colossal rightly points to its success, cloning endangered species. like the vital work with red wolves, proving the tech can aid conservation. But critics fear these high-profile de-extinctions are a dazzling, dangerous distraction. A moral hazard suggesting extinction isn't final. Potentially draining urgency and resources from the desperate fight to protect the biodiversity we still have, the ecosystems crumbling right now. Is this groundbreaking science, or the world's most expensive biological theme park? And what about the animals themselves? Their long-term health, their instincts, their psychological well-being, all unknown variables. Colossal suggests they might remain in preserves forever. But the terrifying what if lingers, setting loose a powerful, artificially created predator into a world utterly transformed from the Ice Age. It's an ecological dice roll with staggering stakes. Could they destabilize ecosystems, become invasive, carry unforeseen genetic risks? We engineered a predator, but did we fully consider the consequences? The true direwolf remains a ghost. What walks the earth now is something else. A symbol of breathtaking human power, yes, a potential tool perhaps, but also a stark warning, a sign of our ability to rewrite the very code of life, blurring the line between restoration and reckless invention. We reached back into the deep past, but what future have we truly conjured? Did we play God, or did we just force open Pandora's box? The experiment has begun. The consequences are yet to unfold.